Welcome to the Nerdtastic in 3D podcast.
It's Nerdtastic in 3D. Oh, it's Nerdtastic in 3D. Yes, it's Nerdtastic in 3D. It's Nerdtastic
in 3D. Bong.
I prefer to use gong.
Not the bong.
No. We are not associated with drug-using paraphernalia. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nerdtastic in 3D, episode something.
Siete dos.
Is it really?
Oh, yeah. 72, man.
I can't remember.
72 episodes, dude.
Yeah, 2 years to do 72 episodes. That's not great. That means we've missed like 30 weeks.
We've missed a couple weeks. I think 72 is still impressive.
Oh,
Really?
don't get me wrong. We've been coming at it.
The fact we've got 72 of it.
Hey, right now.
So think about it. If most of these things are about an hour to an hour and a half, you're looking at probably
Ooh,
100.
This should be good. Let's do some math, Josh. Let's do some math.
110 hours.
How many days of our life have we spent in here?
Exactly. 110 hours of content.
I'm impressed. I'm also Jason Carter.
I'm Jack Eckler.
I'm Josh LeBron.
And this is it. You're down 4 people.
This is pretty OG. There was many of episodes, if you go back and listen to some of our first episodes, where it was just us three.
Yeah, it's true.
If I remember right.
It's true. We started off just us, and then we got Fennel to join up.
Uh-huh.
And then,
Fennel always was in it.
I mean,
he's just busy,
they
man,
were
that's
always
what-
there, but it was Adam and Sean weren't
Yeah.
there always. But the three of us, though,
Yep. This
bet
is
your
OG.
ass we
Hey,
had nothing to do.
Hey, right now, if you're listening, raise your hand if you've listened to all of the episodes.
Yeah.
Why are you raising your hand? This is a radio show. What, you think
well,
people can hear?
we will be on video, which
Hey.
I've caught up on
Hey.
somewhat.
Hump Day.
Yeah!
I am not there
What's
yet.
up, Hump Day?
But for the people who like viewing us and our beautiful selves, I'm now up to episode 65, which actually just got posted a night or two on YouTube.
I think, but all of these episodes don't even you see us anyway. They're just gameplay footage
No,
because we
there's a
never
lot.
got around to recording because maybe the battery died.
No. It's literally it's over half have us. The episododes I wasn't there, those are just game footage.
Well, we've had a few though. It's where it's like the battery.
No, there's
dead
the
or
one
cameras
actually
forgot.
episode 65, I believe. It's the first 17 minutes.
Oh,
and
no,
then
like,
it
beep, 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 beep,
dies. But the new ones though, we have all the video, and they're good.
It's awesome.
They look good.
It's awesome.
We look good.
Sexy.
We need to get someone on the show named Mike.
I have a friend named Mike.
Mike. What day is it,
I
Mike?
have a Mike. Matter of fact, Mike Yosh from Naughty Dog.
Let's get
Yeah,
He will be
Last
on
of
the
Us
show.
here.
I
Come
will
on
get him
in.
on the show. So I got to tell the story right off the bat.
Do it.
I gotta get it out because I was told this earlier by a guy we work with, this guy David Polk. He's online, looks over, he goes, so Healthy Choice Meals puts out this is years ago this happened. Healthy Choice Meals puts out this contest where they say, hey, or not contest, a promotional thing. If you buy our product, we will, and you submit the UPC on there, you get 500 flight miles. Now this can go to any airline you want to put it to. And during the first month, if you submit these UPC codes, you get double that. So you get 1,000 miles. So some engineer sat in his home and was thinking about this and was like, So he researched Healthy Choice Meals. And he researched his local grocery stores. And he found, what's the cheapest Healthy Choice
this
thing
a
I could
pudding cup
buy?
thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you heard this?
Oh yeah, I read the.
It's
entire
insane.
thing.
So he goes out, he realizes the Healthy Choice pudding cups you could buy are 25 cents each at this one grocery store. That's the cheapest you can get. And I think it's for each he gets.
For each SKU.
Yes, he
All
gets
right.
500 miles. 500 miles.
All right.
So he goes, I should jump on this. And now this is right around Y2K time.
All right.
He goes to
I
the
was
grocery
gonna
store.
say, this is like an old story. I
Yeah,
remember reading
yeah.
about this. A
He
long time
buys
ago.
everything they have, and then tells them to go into the back and give them everything. Now he did this a couple times,
Right.
and the only way to get around them, he thought people would catch on and start to do it. So he convinced everybody that he was freaked out about Y2K, And then he was stockpiling this because his family loves pudding, and there might not be pudding after the whole Y2K meltdown.
I can't imagine an apocalyptic world without
pudding.
a healthy pudding.
Hey, dude, it's like Zombieland with the Twinkies.
Oh,
You
yeah.
will want to find what whatever you crave. So he convinced them, cleans out the store over and over and over again. He realizes between him, his wife, and his child, they can't get the UPCs off fast enough to get through all of them within the month. Now, he has spent, up to this point, $3,000 on pudding. So he goes, I can't do these all myself. He goes to the Salvation Army. He says, hey, you give me some of your employees to peel these off, I will donate all the pudding to you guys. So he goes through. Salvation Army goes, sweet, yeah, we'll give you all these. The Salvation Army employees cut them all out for him, give them all. He turns them in for a grand total of 1.2 million miles that translates, I think, a dollar amount. It was like $150,000 worth of flights that this is where it gets really good. I just read this recently, is that he split the miles up between, like, it was like some went to Delta, some went to United, but then he put a million miles to his American card, which put him into this like
The Gold Club?
No, past that. It's called like super. Pretty much, I think there's only a couple people in the world who have ever hit it, and it put him into a status where he gets like the ultimate everything from America now, just because of the miles he put over on this, and it's legit, like 100% legit. He was able to do this.
Oh yeah, there wasn't, because there's no cap on you
No.
know, how many you can send in or whatever.
No, and it was a legit thing, and the people I was talking to about it were just basically like that. They knew, Healthy Choice knew that the dollar amounts would work out.
Elite
still
status?
in their favors. Yeah, but it's like, I think above. Is there something above elite status? Like, it's something like that. We'll post the article up on Facebook. I don't have it right in front of me now, but that led to a side story that it was a similar scam where you could go to I believe it was the U.S. Mint or online.
There's gold, platinum, and executive platinum.
It's above that because it was something elite that's not even online. Like, it puts you in a status that doesn't really exist because a couple people have ever hit it. Like, he gets like top tier everything. Like, he walks on, like, he could bump people from flights who
Tier
are on
one,
flights.
baby.
It's like, hey, dude. Oh no, and they did the math on the flights. It was like you could have like 50 fly anywhere in the U.S. You could have 42 flights to Hawaii. You could have 25 round trip tickets to London. Like 30 trips to Australia. Like, but just broke up. They did like how many different kinds of trips this guy could take just on miles.
All for $3,000.
So that brought up
I'd
a
do
side
it.
story of like the U.S. Mint where you could buy dollar coins.
I think I've told this.
Did you tell the dollar coin thing where the guy used his credit card?
Yeah, I've told this story on the podcast before.
Oh, well, shit.
I think, right? Well, go ahead. You tell.
Oh, no. You know what? You might have told it. But
The story that I heard was basically.
But he changed the system. Like this, they changed how many you can order now because of this dude.
Yeah. So basically, the idea was the U.S. Mint was trying to increase the number of dollar coins that
yeah.
were sold, and so they did a promotion. It was
Free shipping,
Free shipping.
no tax.
Right. Yeah. Free shipping, no tax. Which you don't pay tax on getting money, anyways, do you? I don't think.
I don't think so, because it's like you can't.
That seems weird,
You can't do
right?
tax for like
It loses
a
value
gift card.
instantly, right? You dished out more than what it was worth. So
Yeah, it's like a gift card. Like, you don't pay
So this
21 for a $20 gift card.
This guy gets a credit card that has a cash back program. So like 10.
Oh, was it cash back?
Yeah,
I thought it was
it's
like points.
10% of every dollar you make, or I can't remember what it was, but or every $100 or something, you get like a chunk of change put into account for you. So this guy he figures out this thing where he uses this credit card to buy thousands of dollars.
He maxed it out.
Yeah.
I thought he maxed the card out on dollar coins.
Yeah, on dollar coins that get shipped to his house. So he's just getting free shipping. But it's like, I mean, that much money in coins is
How
like
heavy is that?
Exactly. So he took, and then what he would do is
He'd go to the bank,
It was
right?
through a
Deposit
bank.
it?
So he literally would take a truck and a dolly, no joke, and he would just walk the coins in the front door and say, "This is to pay off my credit card." And he's like, "I've got like 6 more shipments. I'm just going to be walking in." And he basically explained everything he was doing
to the bank?
To the bank,
Because I would think,
because
would the bank want to keep taking these coins?
the bank. I mean, they have.
They have to. Is that
right?
what it
I don't
is?
know. Maybe I guess they're a private organization. They have to, but I mean, the guy's bringing in money.
Screw you and your money and take it somewhere else.
But the thing was, like, I think in the end, by the time, if I remember the story correctly, by the time
Did the Mint catch up to it, like the scam? Is that what it was?
Yes. But by the time that he got figured out, he actually hadn't earned a ton of money. Like he had earned something like, I don't know, $10,000. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's $10,000 you didn't have.
Oh,
but
see, I thought he had got points like on his card or something, or like double points or something. But
maybe this is
the
one of those
cashback's a good idea too. But
I love it.
yeah, dude,
Work the system.
It's brilliant. I don't have that kind of ingenuity.
So we weren't here last week due to
I was.
technical difficulty.
I was here.
I wasn't. They attempted to be here, but
I was here.
Why don't you explain what the new Mac laptops can't do?
Yeah.
Let's go with that. Not to point fingers, but let's talk about what they can't
So
do.
first, I will tell you that I was an idiot and forgot my laptop, which we record on, and so I have a MacBook Pro that has line in and it has headphone jack, and so I forgot it. So our good buddy Kearney, who's on the show, he has his own.
I'm just pointing out to Josh, who's looking at all the great shit I post on our Facebook page, mind you, going, whoa, that looks awesome. I look at him, I go to our page, jackass.
All right. You convinced me.
You're an admin.
We put some stuff up. Go ahead, Jason. I'm sorry.
I've forgotten what I was talking
Yeah,
about. now.
you forgot your
Kearney,
laptop.
no, we're talking about
Kearney.
what the
Yeah,
new
so
pros
Kearney,
can't
so
do.
Kearney has his laptop, and he's got the MacBook Pro Retina. So he's got like it's super thin. It's like all solid state.
Super
It's like,
expensive.
It's like their state of the art, top of the line laptop, right? Which does has a single 1/4-inch jack on the side. So we look at it; it's a headphone jack. And so we're like, "Where's the line in?" Yes, the top of the line MacBook Pro Retina display does not have a line in. We were unable to record. It does, however. It has a USB audio interface, so you can plug in you get a little.
So
piece
would
of
he
hardware.
have to he'd have to buy something else first to use on the show?
Yeah, and I actually have one at home that I was thinking I'd bring and put in our little goodie bag over there of gadgets and gizmos, but I forgot it that night. Obviously, didn't think I'd need it. But so apologies, we didn't come to you live last week, but we're here live this week.
Oh, man.
So we have stuff to catch up on.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, surprisingly, like it's funny. Jason's like, I don't know if we have stuff to talk. I'm like, dude,
Not
we
the
got
le-
stuff.
Not the least of which is that I traveled internationally.
You did.
2 weeks ago. I went on a little vacation, took the wife up to Canada. I can't
Great
say
White
with-
North.
I can't say with a straight face. No, Canada.
It's a Canada.
Canada with straight face.
love Canadians. Love you all. So
We talked about Canada once today.
Canada sucks.
So what I wanted to share. First of all, Whistler is an absolutely breathtaking place. There's 700 photos over the course of 3 days. We hiked 24 miles in two full days. I mean, it's just an amazing, gorgeous place. You can't get enough scenery. That being said, when you drive into Canada, this is not like driving into Mexico. Okay, you drive into Mexico, you hit the border, you instantly have hit a different country. The language on the signs change. Hell, the dress changes. The economy,
The crime level changes.
the economy and the crime level changes
Tijuana!
directly in front of your eyes.
Welcome to hell.
But what's fascinating about Canada, which I had never experienced, I've been to Canada a couple times, but what's fascinating about Canada, and if we've got any Canadians out there, you go ahead and chime in.
Eh?
Don't you know?
So I'm driving into Canada, and as soon as you cross the border, you see like a Pier 1 Imports. I'm like, well, that doesn't seem very internationally.
Oh, they want your money, my friend.
And so, but you're driving and you're cruising along, and then, you start seeing some road signs. Okay, well, the big one that's obvious, that's a big change, is that you go from miles per hour here in the States
is it
to
kilometers?
kilometers per hour. All right, that's an adjustment, but every speedometer in the world has both. It's just which one is dominant depends on the region you're in. But what's fascinating is that you don't feel like you've driven into another country. You feel like you've driven into an alternate dimension of America. And what I mean by that is everything is identical, but like
But slightly different.
0.1% less or different.
That's what, like, on
Here's
The Simpsons, when he's like, oh, like, we should go to Canada, goes, why do I want to leave America to go to America Junior?
Yeah. I wouldn't call it less. It's just slightly different. So here's a great example. You're driving along the freeway, right? Cruising along, and you see an off-ramp. And the off-ramp, just like in the States, has a green sign with white trim, with white exit and white arrow. Identical to the United States.
Sure.
Except that in Canada, the word exit is smaller and the arrow is bigger. It's almost like they took American things and said, yeah, that works, but let's change it up to be Canadian. I mean, you truthfully just put a little maple syrup maple leaf in the corner, and you would have been fine. Hockey stick and a puck, you're good. You didn't need to necessarily change.
That's racist. Where's Jason Pecco right now?
It's not a race. There's a lot of races that live in that country. It's countryist. No, I love Canada. Honestly, gorgeous place. And I will say this, for anyone thinking about a decent vacation, we stayed in a Four Seasons hotel, which is a swanky hotel, right? Really nice, like a $600 a night kind of place. We stayed 3 nights for $500.
Very nice.
So not bad. And we got upgraded to an $1,100 a night room. So
was it worth it? Did it look like an $1,100 a night room?
I don't think so, but it was the service was very nice.
Okay,
it was awesome. But Whistler is the #1 ski destination in the world. It has passed the Swiss Alps because in 2010 the Winter Olympics were held in Whistler, which boosted its popularity, and the glacier in Whistler that provides the moisture in the air which produces the snow during the winter is growing, where in the Swiss Alps their glacier is shrinking. So the snow cover in the Swiss Alps has been shrinking year by year, where in Whistler it's been growing.
Yet there was no snow when you were there.
No. So the interesting thing about big ski resorts, Mammoth here in California is like this, is that during the summer they've learned to, because the problem with seasonal places like that is, okay, what do you have, like boom of tourist season, and then you're dead.
No, absolutely, yeah.
But big ski destinations, not all, but big ones have kind of caught on to this idea where you can become a summertime resort as well by turning your place into a mountain biking or hiking.
They have to do that.
Yeah, so
Aspen's like that.
So Whistler has just unbelievable mountain biking and hiking, and just.
Did you mountain bike?
Nope, just hung out. The whole point is to kind of get away, hang out with the wifey, which we did. It's fun, and but Canada, crazy place. And one thing I will give them, here's what you say, for all the joking we do about Canada here in the States, I'm going to give you some props, Canada, because we Americans are retarded, dumb, because we still have a penny. Did you know that in the United States, and even in Canada, it cost more than 1 cent to produce a penny? So Canada goes, well, then why the heck are we making pennies? Let's ditch those suckers. So all they have is a nickel, a dime, a quarter.
So is everything rounded?
Hold on. A dollar, not a dollar bill, a dollar coin, a $2 coin. The $1 coin, by the way, is called the loonie, and the $2 coin is called the toonie. And then you get a $5 bill.
So
then on and on.
Did you pay in Canadian places, or did you just use American money?
Yeah, we just use American. I
heard it's pretty close right now, so it's just
it's about $1 per dollar. We're actually slightly above now, but not by much. It was a crazy experience, super fun, great getaway. Just can't say no positive things about it. I go back in a heartbeat. It's awesome.
Nice, dude.
Yeah,
I hate coined money though. It's like
So
when you go into Europe
how it was in
and you sit there and you get a pound, and all of a sudden you got like 10 pounds on you, but they're all in coins. That's 10 fucking coins. You got to be sitting there, and there you go. This is $5. All right, click. There you go. It's like, ugh, God, just give me some paper notes.
See, that's what's fun. Josh, just this last weekend, was in Aspen, another ski resort where there was no snow. You guys, and you're going to snow resorts when there's no snow. What the hell?
That's the point.
But it
though.
actually,
It's not a snow resort.
it had been raining. I don't know for people that are quite up on current events, but Colorado has had a lot of rain in the past couple weeks, month or so, where people have died because of so much rain and flooding.
Would this be an appropriate time to play Hump Day?
Hump Day!
Probably not.
Drowning! But yes, so...
Wait, say it again. People are drowning? No, that's not right. That's not right at all.
Probably not right.
We hit the wrong button.
Whoops. I meant to do this one.
Mike.
Mike.
What day is it?
What day is it? It's I'm going to finish my story day. So I was up there, and we caught a break in the weekend, or in the weeks, where this weekend it stopped raining. And it was 70-something degrees, completely blue sky, just absolutely gorgeous. And it had been raining, and the weather hadn't changed enough to where there was a lot of different color. It was still all completely green. It hadn't, made that sort of switch yet. And but then the last day we were there, it started raining, and then the next morning, my friends posted that we're still there, that it had snowed, and you saw a bunch of snow all on the runs and stuff. So
nice. Just
missed that little, I guess, dodge that bullet. But yeah, no, it's a beautiful town, beautiful city,
beautiful people.
Whew. Let me tell you, the beer.
You were there.
Beer does flow like wine. The women flocked like the salmon of Capistrano.
Okay, hold on. The beer flowing like wine.
Yep.
Where? See, the nice thing about the Capistrano analogy is that there's a place where salmon do run wild. What if I was to say the beer flows like wine in a kindergarten classroom?
Flows like whores in Vegas?
You see what I'm saying? It's location dependent, your analogy. In that particular example I gave you, there would be no beer. Because wine does not flow freely in a kindergarten classroom, Joshua.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Classroom you're in, my friend.
Snack time!
So, crazy story. That was last week. I don't know if you... clearly, you two didn't go to Facebook, so you didn't read this.
Oh, I went to Facebook.
I know.
And I
You
deleted
did not,
my account.
yes.
Yeah,
The Google is diving into some other industries. And I find this fascinating because much like they've made movies about where it's the rich old guy who's like, I want to prolong my life. And I'm going to make sure I can do it.
Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns. Let's go to Prometheus. I'm going to do this. Google, in my opinion, has pretty much decided to do the same thing. They have bought a biotech company for the sole purpose of extending life. And the argument that they're getting a lot of heat about is from people saying, well, why aren't you just investing in cancer research? And their argument back was, your life expectancy, if cancer was obliterated tomorrow, is 2 years longer than it would have been if cancer was here. And that's not what they want. They want longer lives. And have hired some very, very talented people to try to make this a reality for them. It's kind of fascinating. It was like a sort of hidden story, and I don't know if this is something they really want out or they're just, dabbling in it. But I mean, they spent a lot of money on this company.
I'm blanking on their name, even though it's right here in front of us.
Well, hold up.
Calypso. It's something C.
Yeah.
Coliseum. Canadian. No, that wasn't it.
Checking out Stitcher. Each month we do giveaways.
Well, it's good. It's
Hit the
something
button.
else.
Hit the button. Or at least hit the mute button. This is terrible radio. Hump day? No.
Now for iOS or Android.
You can't mute. They have the best app ever.
It's totally free to
Hey, that
download.
audio in the background is not us. It's National Comic Book Day?
This is the
Is it?
Marketplace Morning Report.
Well,
from
happy
Ben Johnson.
National Comic Book Day.
You should be able to
There
get
we
free
go.
comics.
There we go.
For net glasses or self-driving cars, the tech giant is starting a new biotech company called
Yeah, but there's no
Calico.
guarantee people can hear
The
this.
goal of that company is
Well,
to
I'm waiting to
study
hear the name.
biology behind the process
Oh,
of
meanwhile,
aging.
people are listening on the radio going, "This is terrible radio."
Find a way to help humans live
They should be able to
forever,
hear it, actually.
or at least-
I can just look it up on Google and save us the bad radio. I'll look it up on the company that's investing in the company. This is like Meta.
So what are they doing? Tell me about this company that they're forming.
Tell me about the company.
It's launching a new company called Calico.
Calico.
I told you I was
Jason.
close.
You
It
called
was
it
like-
the Calypso because you love pirates.
To conduct research that will lead
Ex-
to the improvement and elongation of the human lifespan.
Improvement of the human lifespan.
Thank you, Jason.
What's the thing from Vanilla Sky?
Exactly. I keep wanting to say
Lucid Dream?
The lucid dream.
Ooh, boy.
So Calico. What do you guys take on this? What do you think? Like,
Well, I mean,
do you agree with like the cancer research people say like, hey Google, you got a shitload of money, just give us your money. Let's cure this. Or do you think the other way? Or do you find it just humorous like Jason does in general?
I sent a link.
it was funny that he sent a link.
Let me post it to Facebook.
Does it? I think it posted to Twitter. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it's just doing every time my phone blows up. It's because you post something
There
to
we go.
Twitter.
There we go.
But well, I mean, it depends on how much it's prolonging your life and what stage of your life. Because like my grandma, she's 87 years old or something like that, and she gives me shit that I don't go see her, and she goes, I'm not going to be around very much longer. I'm like, oh, Grandma, you're going to live another 15 years. And she looked at me, she goes, oh God, I don't want to. And because she.
I'm assuming that they're trying, or I would hope, even on long life, that part of it would be maybe something along the lines of trying to fix the cell degeneration that happens, where we physically get old. Because I think the only way to cure it, potentially not cure it, but expand it, would be grams wouldn't get to grams look. She wouldn't look like Grams. She would look like maybe the Grams when she started taking it. Let's say she started taking it at our age. Now, it could be something like the movie Time, where we're all 150, but we kind of look the same because we started taking whatever they come up with.
Yeah.
That basically just keeps our cells from breaking down. I'm hoping if anything, that's the direction they're looking, not like you're saying, like, wow, she's been on literally death's door.
Seriously, you know, I mean, there's that, and I mean,
she can't leave the bed. This is horrible for everyone involved.
There's a lot of people that
Grimes.
will sit there and debate that you're playing God and stuff like that, and then there's people like me who doesn't believe in God. So,
But that's I bring around
so
full
like when
circle.
you don't have
When
you don't have like maybe an afterlife, and you go, okay, this is my run on this earth, and say it's only for 80 years, but I can make this run to be 130 years and just enjoy life for a little bit longer, then, you might sit there and say yes. What about you, Mr. Carter?
I think the obvious thing you have to ask yourself is, can the Earth sustain that?
That is another question.
To me, it's...
Technically, it can't. I think we're told in 17 years we'll be out of resources completely.
I don't know. There's a lot of different arguments there. But there's no doubt in my mind that if we were to... suddenly elongate our lives, that means generations would start to overlap, which means the population would increase, right? Like
Absolutely.
the replenishing rate of we die and others are born.
You could potentially have kids like well into ages that were unheard of.
Right, becomes lopsided. So what it basically means is we can get to a place where we're completely overtaxing the resources that are on our planet. There are other things that come to mind, like there are... if you're religious, that comes into the mind of a lot of different religions, by the way. Is that what we're meant to do? Like, are we meant to, if this is a temporary stop on your journey, whatever your journey may be, whether it be reincarnation or an afterlife or whatever, is it my place to play God to extend the stay here when there's another plan or another force at work, whatever your religion may be? At play. There's a moral question, I think, that comes up there. But the biggest one for me is the ethical question, the idea of if I live longer, I tax the resources that my great-great-grandchildren might suffer from. Like it's an exponential thing. Like right now we're lopsided because the population of the Earth is growing. And so actually, technically it was decreasing for 2 years, but it's growing again. So we are consuming resources at an increasing rate every year. If we were to suddenly live 30 years longer, that number would grow exponentially even further. So what does that mean for the resources that'll be left for your grandkids, your great-grandkids? There's an ethical question there of like, well, maybe I just need to not be selfish and bite the dust so that my future generations can, have their chance. So it's interesting stuff.
Damn.
I mean, the article that I read... actually it specifically called out aging, but didn't say that was what the company was about.
Sure,
that they were actually chasing age-related illness, heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's, things that have a greater likelihood of affecting human beings through age, as you age. And so part of the research was, okay, could you delay, if you were you had genetic premarkers that would kind of predetermine you could have a candidate for having Alzheimer's, could you delay Alzheimer's by extending the lifespan of the person? Like, okay, let's say you're going to have Alzheimer's for 30 years of your life. That'd be terrible. But we can give you an extra 30 years to live normally before Alzheimer's kicks in, kind of a thing. That was kind of the part of the article I had read. So as a delay tactic. So yeah, it's...
I think you bring up a couple points that like it made me think about, which were the the resources, which would lead to clearly at that point, if we ever get to that point, we would need to find a way to go somewhere else. Yeah. It's without question. A big group of the population would need to go to Mars, or we'd have to literally figure out if there's a possibility to just have colonization on the moon even.
Yep.
Elysium.
The second thing would be I'm a firm believer in Mother Nature's ability to correct itself, and it's proven scientifically over the course of the Earth's existence, or what we know of its existence, that it's corrected a few times. And certain species it corrects all the time. The biggest example would be the dinosaurs that we know about, that I could point to. And there was an issue there. There was an overpopulation there, and the Earth said, it's time to fix this, and it did. And I think we would get to a point of taxing the Earth to such an extent that Mother Nature would be like, I'm done, and would fix it again. And what would end up happening would be potentially more catastrophic than just a nuke going off in a couple countries or whatever. It would be maybe another ice age. Maybe any of that kind of stuff. But I think the Earth has the capability to do these corrections, and that's scary shit. That's 2012 style Noah's Ark. Like, things are going to change. The poles are going to shift, and all sorts of crap's going to happen, and that kind of scares me.
Yeah.
To think about.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's fascinating, though, that a search engine giant wants to get into this tech.
Google's not a search engine giant.
Well,
They
started.
stopped being a search engine giant a long time ago. Apple is not a computer company. Apple is a computer and devices company.
Sure.
Google is a massive... Google stopped being a search engine company, in my opinion, 5 years ago, when you started to see real heavy investment into things that were not just search engine related, into their Google Docs, into Gmail, into things that go far beyond what a search engine is. And Google, is one of the wealthiest companies on the planet. What I love about Google is that they continue to say, what sci-fi stuff is out there that hasn't been tackled
Which is
yet?
awesome.
Yeah.
And they have the finances to actually kind of do this. But that's also how villains are created, if you ever watch Bond movies. He was a scientist, but now he built the lab in a volcano, and I'm going to take over the world.
Driverless cars. There's a whole bunch. We are going to take a quick break. We will be right back. Whoa, we can pause. That's pretty fun that we can pause. I like that.
That's kind of nice. Once we get commercials we can slug in there, it'll be amazing.
So, we're going to have to wrap up a little bit early. We're going to be coming back, but sorry for the quick impromptu little... this is a short show. We're warming back up. Hopefully next week we're going to be back with our full cast. Thank you for listening. We'll come back to Calico and Google.
There's a hell of a lot we could talk about.
Consider this a very long commercial break. Wait about 7 days, and we'll come back. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. My name is Jason Carter.
I'm Jack Eckler.
I'm Josh Spot.
We'll talk to you next time.
Yeah.
Cheers.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Nerdtastic. 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 It is